Hello YouTube, welcome back, and I hope that you are all very well. I'd just like to apologise once again for the sincere delay of this video. It's just been very hectic because I have recently been asked to go back to work, so we're just getting stuff prepared for when my work eventually does open. On top of that, I've just been very busy along with painting and just travelling in general. I've been doing some pieces and bobs for different bands and for different artists, so there's more to come with that. So with this video, I wanted to do something which I haven't actually done before. Normally I do reaction videos or just do my cynical waffling on whatever's on my mind, but I've never actually done a review video before. And with this one, I wanted to try something a little bit different for this one. So without meaning to go into goth stereotypes, but if you know me very well, then you'll find that when it comes to alcohol, that I only drink primarily two, or should I say my two favourite ones is either rakia, which is the Serbian part of me, or absinthe. And yes, I know that everyone likes to joke around the oh god, the absinthe, blah 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 blah, but it's more to do with just the overall taste. The fact that the aniseed inside the absinthe just has a beautiful taste, and that's kind of like the reason why I've just been a devoted absinthe drinker. I still actually have a few of the bottles which I have from the past, ranging from 87% down to like the weakest, which was I think 66% I think I have. So it's a case of that, I guess you can say I do like a little bit of the green fairy once in a while. So with this one, I actually ordered this back in May, but because I've just been so busy, I never found the right time to do this. And today we shall be reviewing Manson. Now I know a lot of people may have a little dig at this one, saying, oh, Marilyn Manson and absinthe, wow, like, you know, that's so goth. But it's a case of, it's interesting to see that the fact that an artist like Marilyn Manson has collaborated with an absinthe company to create something like this, and the fact that, yeah, it's Manson, but it's a good play on words, which I think is actually personally quite creative. But I've always heard very good things about this absinthe, so I've done a little bit of research for those who are new to absinthe or have not heard of Mansinthe before. I'm going to quickly run through what the site says. Now, the site which I'm getting this information is from urbandrinks.com. This is actually where I purchased the absinthe. Just got a quick little description on the overall census of what this absinthe is. In July 2007, Marilyn Manson partnered with absinthe expert Marcus Lyon and multiple award-winning Swiss special distillery Mate Lugingenberg AG to launch his own absinthe called Manson. Manson is a natural absinthe that is distilled from vermouth, aniseed, fennel, and other fine herbs. So you will find with a lot of absinthe, it is naturally made from genuine herbs, so which is quite a little bit healthier, I personally find, especially to the taste. You do have some absinthe which is made from wormwood, but they tend to be a lot more stronger in that, and that's kind of the misconception of where people tend to hallucinate. That's where the urban myth of hallucination comes with absinthe, due to that particular ingredient. I know in some parts of the US it's banned to drink absinthe with wormwood. I'm not too sure about the UK, but regardless, so this is just a natural flavoured absinthe. Not pre-sweetened, and it's made without artificial colouring for reasons of quality. Okay, so once again, it preserves all the natural flavours in this. Manson was awarded a gold medal at the San Francisco World Spirit Competition 2008. Okay, so we have the general idea that it's a natural absinthe. There are no artificial flavours. It's mainly produced with aniseed and herbs. Looks like there's no wormwood in this one, which is fine by me. And the percentage of this is, if anyone can guess, 66.6% volume. So as much as that is a little bit of a cliche, and I'm very sure Manson asked for that deliberately, just for the overall aesthetic and theme of the controversial satanic antichrist moniker that he has on this. And the one thing I do like about this bottle is the fact it generally has his original artwork on this. So Marilyn Manson obviously does his own watercolour work, and a lot of people that, if you are not too sure, or that you're not aware of Manson's painting, that he does do watercolours, but he's not only paints with it, but he also drinks absinthe, who has been reported to drink absinthe when he paints. And he has said a couple of times when he has actually dipped absinthe with his watercolours. Personally, I'm not sure if it gives like a certain effect, but maybe that's just like his trademark per se. And in general, what I like about this is the fact that it does have a lovely green tone to the picture. So I think the picture is called Old Man, if I'm not mistaken, and it just generally has that beautiful distorted watercolor effect on it. And honestly, it's a very nice bottle, and it was produced in Switzerland. So before we get started with this, as you know, it hasn't been opened yet, so you can still see the packaging on this. There is a warning with this one. It says, do not drink Manson undiluted but prepared with cold fresh water in a ratio of 1 to 2 to 1 to 4, or straight on the rocks. So basically, you can drink this with ice. That's basically what it's saying, and don't dilute it with any water or other type of mixers. Here we go. Okie dokie. Lovely little hidden cork to this. Once you get past the overall initial boil, it's actually pretty easy to open. Oh, there's a really nice sweetness to this. So you're drinking various absinthes like Green Ghost and Green Fairy, you tend to notice like a sharpness or sweetness to the taste of absinthe. And as mentioned, this is all natural ingredients. So what I'm going to do, I know you're supposed to have an absinthe spoon and sugar, but I really cannot be asked to be on the fancy level of that one, even though it's more recommended, especially if you want to get that little hallucinogenic kick. But let's just give this a go. But let's just see what it tastes raw. So, bottoms up. That's actually not bad. Ooh. Oh wow, that has a beautiful aftertaste. So just a little journey for those who haven't had absinthe before. When you have absinthe, it's a very strong aniseed. It's kind of the same taste you would have when you drink vodka. But however, to me, this has a very similar aftertaste to rakia. So when you drink it, it's quite smooth naturally, and then you have this type of molten burning sensation running down the throat. You can feel it kind of expanding into the chest, which is what I quite like, and I'm pretty sure that's due to the herbs as well. But with this one, considering all the absinthe that I have drank prior to this is actually really, really good. It's not as strong and potent, so it's one of these where you will probably need a couple of shots personally for you to really get on the level of plastered. And obviously, what I quite like about this is the fact that the aftertaste is very sweet compared to other absinthe that I've had in the past. The dangerous thing is, because it's that sweet, it tends to be quite addictive because you think it doesn't do much, but then the more you drink it, the more you're going to feel the impact. Now, a lot of people might be thinking, especially if you're new into the goth subculture, you think, why is absinthe always been stereotyped and conveyed with the goth subculture? It's tend to find that a lot of the poets, like the 18th century, 19th century poets such as Edgar Allan Poe and Oscar Wilde, as well as authors and artists like Ernest Hemingway and Vincent van Gogh, their choice of drink was absinthe, because back in those days, when wormwood was more particular ingredient in absinthe, that it gave the consumer this notion of hallucinating, which is, as said previously, directed to the wormwood ingredients. So it became known as the artist's drink, because it would kind of drive you, not exactly into insanity, but it would give you that type of surrealistic lift, especially if you use the absinthe spoon and the absinthe taps, which is commonly used in France and Germany as well. You can still find them in those type of bars. There are certain absinthe bars in Germany, I believe, that you can still do like that, but I don't think they would have the strong, either the strong potency of absinthe, or they would use ones which have little to none wormwood. But going back into this, I'd probably recommend this. Let me just give one more taste. Oh, that is really nice, actually. Really nice. Yeah, I'm quite glad I waited a little bit to drink this. So let me just try and find a quick clear glass, just so that you know what it looks like. Obviously, absinthe is typically green, but you can get ones in red and black, which I'm pretty sure it's more artificial colouring in that. Because I want to see exactly what type of colour or consistency of colour this bottle has. So I didn't want to use too much, but as you can see here, there's a really nice luminous green to this, almost like a slime type of green, which is very common. It's like a very common shade of green for absinthe, but I do quite like it. So overall opinion on this, from the packaging itself, I like the packaging. I think the choice of the painting for the overall cover of it suits it really well. It gives off that type of dark and santonic feel. It's got Manson's trademark print on it, which I think is really cool. The nameplate, obviously, that's classic. As for the taste itself, if I had to rate this from a 10, I'm going to have to say a very strong 6.5 to 7, because even though it has a very sweet taste at the first try, the aftermath itself is really, really, really nice, actually. So I think it's only fair that I give it a 6.5 to 7, purely because, and many people might disagree with this, but I was hoping it would be a little bit stronger, considering it's a 66%. But saying that, I've only had a little bit of a taste to it, so I think if I drink more of it, I'd get more of a more noticeable taste. So therefore that my verdict could be altered in that aspect. But for now, I would think, yeah, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Purely because I just hoped that, or that I presumed that it would be a little bit stronger. But I do strongly recommend that you do check out this drink. If you do come across it in any way, you can, if you go to certain alcohol stores, if you're lucky, in the UK, if you can't seem to find it. I definitely recommend going to the Urban Drinks site. I'll leave a link down below in the description. Yeah, I think that was my first absinthe review, so I think that was really, really interesting and quite informal as well, quite educational as far as the information how it was made. And the fact that it's 13 years old, it still holds the value and still holds the reputation of a very recognisable and popular absinthe, which I can't knock and discredit, and as an absinthe drinker I really did enjoy that very much. Now before I do go, I just want to give a quick little shout out. So as you know, last year I was the ambassador for the 2020 Goths Sophie calendars. So as you know, it's a charity organisation in Australia that gets 12 ambassadors to promote and support the charity, which is obviously in the name for Sophie Lancaster, and it's a charity organisation to help stamp out prejudice and intolerance. So for this year, I just wanted to do a little quick post. Even though I'm not the ambassador for this year, but loads of my friends have been volunteered to be the ambassadors, and there's a very good few of my friends who are in this, joining from America all the way to Russia and Scotland and Canada, including fellow YouTuber Dr. Sanders as well. So obviously you may remember Dr. Sanders from the Gothcast YouTube channel, as well as my collaboration with him a few years ago on the Doming video. I do strongly recommend that you do support the channel as well, and support the calendar most and foremost, because it is a very important project and it's very, very dear to me, and for someone who was picked on and bullied for being alternative like most of us are, I think it's very important to keep these type of charities going and support the fellow artists that do follow and promote these type of works. So shout out to the Goths Sophie calendar, and I'll make sure to leave a possible link in the description below if you do wish to buy one of these. So that is it, and I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully I'm not going to be too drunk after the recording of this. Let's see about that. Thank you very much for joining me, and I shall see you very soon. Bye!